Cayman's biggest internet troll found guilty today for violating Section 90 of the Information and Communications Technology Law.
We need justice! Justice! We need!
Hey, it's Jace, and on the special edition of the 5-Minute Podcast, we're going to dig into the ruling, Matthew Leslie's response, and what this could potentially mean for Sandra and the Cayman Marl Road website. All right, in a post to her own website, which I can only conclude is some last-ditch effort to try to generate as many clicks off of this groundbreaking story as possible, the release reads, in a courthouse with media representatives and a single lawyer observing the proceedings, Justice Roger Chappelle handed down a guilty verdict today against Sandra Hill of Cayman Marl Road.
Justice! Justice!
The prosecution charged that Hill had violated Section 90 of the Information and Communications Technology Law by hosting a hard-hitting podcast entitled Exposing Matthew Leslie. Now, there were three things that the prosecution had to prove in order to win the case. One was that Hill knowingly used an ICTA network. Duh. 2, Matthew Leslie would be annoyed, obviously. And 3, she would do it knowing that he would be annoyed by her doing it. Now, the judge found that all 3 of those steps had been met. Now, Sandy tried to hide behind the defense that she was enlightening the community and making people aware of his wrongdoings, which is fine to a certain extent. And I talked all about how far is too far in an earlier podcast, which I'll share in the comments. The judge sort of smacked Sandy for being a little bit evasive about her involvement with Cayman Marl Road, which we all know is bullshit, and in the end found her guilty. The press release goes on to say the defendant will return to court October 6th for sentencing. I'm so happy that the judge finally stood up, drew a line where enlightening the public ends and harassment begins. In a statement to his Facebook page, Matthew Leslie said, "Today marks the closing of a disturbing chapter of my life. Almost 3 years of dealing with a woman intent on assassinating my livelihood, my life, my emotions, and my reputation. I just want to say thanks to everyone who supported and encouraged me along the way. I'll continue to pray for Sandra, and may this be a turning point in her life. Amen. May she use this time to reflect and understand that her words and wrongs will not go unchecked any longer. There are consequences for all actions, but may it also be used to better myself as a person as well. No one is perfect." I like Matthew. I thought he got a pretty raw deal in that. I thought he took it really well, and I'm glad that Matthew finally stood up for all of us who have been a victim of Sandra Hill and Cayman Marl Road. So what could come of this landmark decision? Well, a violation of the ICTA will most certainly come with some sort of disciplinary action, which will keep her off of the ICTA networks. Does that mean the end of Cayman Marl Road? Will she be facing any jail time? If anyone knows the sentencing guidelines for an ICTA infraction, please let me know. And now the precedent has been set, will people who can prove similar cases in the past be able to sue her civilly? We will all just have to wait and see on October 6th.
We need justice! Justice!
All right, that's your special edition 5-Minute Podcast. We'll see you guys tomorrow.